So you ask, how's your day going today? Well, I'm having issues with my hauler, my hay hauler here. Yesterday, I went the furthest away from the farm, and I was able to load on 6 bales. After that, didn't want to work. So I don't know what's going on. I think I have an issue with the electronics on here. Can't see it being too cold because I've operated this thing a lot colder. So I don't know. So I'm trying to figure it out. I have gone and burnt about 4 fuses already. That sounded like a fuse blowing. Well, I think I might have found a problem. A combination of a couple things. This thing here is probably no more good. So we're gonna have to take this and get a new one of that. So what I did is just hook this thing up direct. Something in there is not connecting. And the other thing I did, I had this thing hooked wrong. And that's why we're blowing so many fuses out. So this has really been a pain. We're gonna take these bales, we're gonna unload them. I want to take that box off with the electrical. I want to see if I can take it apart and see if there's any issues there. This is where the connections were. And then I noticed I took it apart. There's nothing fixable in here, but I could see that there's something that is burnt down in there. So anyways, that was the issue. I just wanted to give myself a confirmed deal. We're gonna go and haul bales with the trailer. I'll be able to haul 5 more bales than with the hauler, so even if I go a little bit slower with the trailer loaded, it'll be okay. So anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the loader back on the tractor. The next thing I need to do is I actually gotta put some oil into this tractor because I'm leaking oil. Really not, well, bad. Need a gasket on this side here because it's leaking. Hey, I had this thing plugged in. Shoot. Oh, this is gonna throw a wrench into things if this thing doesn't start. It's kind of warm. So we're gonna put a couple liters of oil into here. I put the loader on. It's not that accessible getting to the dipstick here. So I got the loader on and I noticed my pressure is always staying up high. I got a pressure gauge and that thing's going down too slow and I don't like that. So I think I know what the issue is. It's not backfeeding quick enough and that thing should drop immediately, but it's not. So we're gonna fix that. It's a fairly easy fix. The orifices is probably a little bit of dirt in it, so we're gonna fix that up. So because this thing should be right at the 0, but it's actually giving me about 500 pounds of pressure right now. I'm gonna take the loader and I'm just gonna use the, see, it shouldn't climb like that, and it's holding. I don't like that. What that does is puts a lot of pressure on the hydraulic pump. Oil gets too hot, then that's where we burn motors out. But anyways, that is a simple fix. Ouch. I think this is an update that got put on these tractors. There is a hole on this side, so this thing's probably getting plugged. So we're going to try to open it up. You can't really see too much in there, but anyways, the oil has got to come out of this hole here, and I'm thinking there's some crap in here, or there's some dirt in here. So we're going to take that and blow that out. There was no daylight in there before, now there's daylight. Anyways, now, because that thing was plugged. Well, let's see if those results are gonna be helping. I'm gonna put all this back together. About a 15-minute job to do that, but I have known in the past, if this thing is not working properly, we have an issue. One year I burnt out 2 brand new pumps in here, not knowing what the issue is, but that having that pressure gauge really tells me things. And you can hear on the tractor something wasn't working properly. Let's clean this out and then put this all back together so we can get going. I'd like to get a load of hay today. And let's try this out. Just pull the hydraulics here, and that should bring that up, and then I let go. That's the way it should work. There we go. So yeah, that little hole there gets filled up with dirt. Then you have your issues, and then anyways, looks like that got corrected. We put a lot of pressure on the pump. What happens is the oil gets hot, and those pumps cannot take a lot of heat. We're going to use the tractor and the trailer. Well, I brought another load in today. Everything went well. Yesterday morning didn't go so well. I had a bearing go on the front axle of the tractor. Good thing I caught it in time. So what I did is I had to call Joyska. Are you making noise? And it was almost going to come off this wheel. So anyways, I called Joyska, and then she picked me up, and I actually had it apart before she came, so I knew what I needed. I didn't know if I had the inventory of it, but lucky for me, I had the inventory of bearings. So I thought I would have to go to another row to fill up. This is my last bale that I'm loading up on here for this load. And we're gonna take this home. I'm gonna weigh a couple of bales just to see where the weights are on here. In a 1 mile radius, we used to have beef farms. Everybody had beef. And that yard site where the red barn is, there is used to be cattle there. About 3/4 mile on the other side of those trees there used to be cattle. 2 miles from here, I know there's cattle. They still have cattle out there, beef cattle. And there, I'm not sure. But out over there, behind there was a bachelor who also had cattle. And then where that house was, or that yard site used to be cattle there as well. So that's 4 places that there's no more cattle. It's kind of sad. It's and that's only 20 years ago. Take this thing home nice and slowly, then we're done. So a lot kind of has changed in the last 20 years. I've seen change here, and I remember that these fields, I used to custom bale these fields, and it was nice. It was close to home, and I would bale up the fields, and I would gather up the bales, and so those things kind of change a little bit. And but yeah, like the four herds of cattle are not here anymore, and so now there's a little bit of hay now, and so we had the hog industry that moved. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's some of the barns there that they bought I think 6 quarters of land here, and they also had cattle at one point. So they would take the hay and take it out to their ranch, but they sold the cattle last year, and now there's a lot of hay available. Me a little bit longer to get home than get here, because I'm going in a little lower gear than 1 gear lower than when I come here. Oh look, we're gonna have some deer cross in front of us. Oh, wide open field. Hey, what's going on? So yeah, I'm about 6 miles away from home. This is the one thing that is fertilizing these fields here, these hog barns. Very beneficial. church. And here's the hall. Over here used to be a school. You can't even tell there was a school there. Probably 55 years ago. I know my sister went to school there for a little while. I can't tell if there's anybody behind me. If they are, not much I can do about it. I'm staying on the road. They're still going to get there. There's all these bumps in the road too. A couple of weeks ago, boy, these roads were terrible. And I'm looking at my shadow over there to see if there's anybody behind me. Good night, this is rough. Blah, 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 blah. I've got to be a little bit careful here, trying to stay out of the potholes here. We are home. Looks like all the bales stayed on the trailer, which is good. Well, this is one job that I wanted to get off the list before we had too much snow. Glad the road was frozen. Wasn't too many ruts to deal with. Because 2 weeks ago, oh my goodness. I'm gonna take a couple of bales of hay. I would like to weigh them. I weighed some bales ready. Well, anyways, that's a good feeling that this is home. I didn't lose any bales. Had a couple of hiccups. Front of the axle bearings went, and also my electrical wasn't working on a hauler. Yeah, that was giving me a little bit of bad luck there. Anyways, we're gonna take a couple of bales. I want to weigh them yet, just so that I can have a confirmation of what the weights are. Well, you stayed for the end of the video. Thanks a lot for staying along with me here. I really appreciate that. And this is just another day of what happens of raising beef cattle. Also, the weight of the bales average 1,080 pounds. And I also wanted to let you know that I am doing some YouTube shorts as well. Those I'm doing a little bit more often during the week, but I'm also going to have a long form video at least once a week. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Did I wake you?